Not 10 days out from their amazing bout, April 20th, Haney versus Garcia. Ryan Garcia is in the news and revives an old sentiment. They have to cheat us in order to defeat us. Let's talk about the latest. The strange and macabre world of boxing has been gripped with information. After the amazing bout between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, we get reports that Garcia has tested positive for not one, but two major PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs. Now, overall, what does this mean? It means that everything culminating with the fight itself was such a weird, managed promotion that we now have to look up sideways at combatants when they enter a major event, showing that he didn't want to enter this fight and make weight according to the contracted agreement. Garcia was defiant from the very start about entering this promotion in a normal fashion. Many people will forget the fact that when the fight was initially announced, he pulled out. And it was according to Floyd Mayweather Jr. that he did so. But Floyd was convincing him maybe a fight against Rolando Romero at that time would have been a more viable option. Turned out that that wouldn't be the case, but the Haney camp did receive him returning to the negotiating table for a fight for Devin Haney's WBC junior welterweight title. The culprits in this photo: Oscar, Bernard, Derek. They have shown us that they will put fighters in regardless if their mental shape is good or their physical shape is not good. And I have a problem with the fact that the licensing to allow fighters who are unfit to perform when other fighters who have actually toed the line and done no wrong and try to represent the sport in the most earnest of ways. Fighters like Devin Haney. Deontay Wilder has been one. And ironically, they have both suffered the same fate now with blemishes on their records by guys who just cannot obey the rules of the sport. Acting out, acting indifferent, and bringing a sense of the macabre to the world of boxing. I don't have any appreciation for that whatsoever. In past generations in the sport, you might have one or two individuals during an era that behaved that way, but now seemingly it is going too far, that the character of fighters being very poor, character assassination circumstances, and assaults on others' religious beliefs. All of this is fair game now. And even the masses, the people who follow the sport, will get behind these individuals. Indeed, we are all fallible. We have shortcomings. But when people need serious attention, maybe even psychological attention, it should trump anything else as far as making a dollar in a sport where fighters put their lives on the line. Monetary disrespect, awarding bad behavior. Should we really be making multimillionaires out of individuals who would really be failing in society outside of this type of employment? The disrespect to the fans, the disrespect to the sport, the disrespect to the upright fighters. It has to cease. Being a box office draw versus not necessarily a box office draw should not dictate if a person gets the provision to fight for these world titles and ascend to a level of respect and dignity that is not earned. In skill challenges, we've seen that there are fighters like Devin Haney who can really display the levels of the sweet science as an outright boxer, as opposed to someone who just may have a gift of gab, may be able to carry a big punch and talk up themselves to the degree that people will tune in because they have big mouths. Remember, Ali originally was not loved. There is so much to think about in opposition of the sport, the boxer versus the puncher, styles, the defensive guy, the guy who is athletic and has the type of agility and mobility in the ring that they look as graceful as a gazelle out in the wild. What is this about humbleness versus prideful? When we saw during this promotion, Garcia display outright arrogance and defiance openly for the rules, showing himself smoking, showing himself drinking. That was not promotion of the event. This was thumbing your nose at the respect level for the sport and the fan base. The old bad boy adage being brought into this, where when someone else, especially of a different ethnicity, does not show that, they tell him he should be humble. Where has anyone suggested humbleness come from Ryan Garcia? Then you look at the damages that are done. If you saw the face of Devin Haney after this match, now there are other options to consider coming into play. Skin gloves, maybe. Something going on here where Garcia's opponents have not looked like this. But Haney, being the warrior he is, went through with the match, got up from every knockdown, fought through all the exchanges. Yes, when he got issued a rock solid situation that he would tie up for or whatever, but his mentality was to survive and weather through the circumstances like a champion. Now where is the consideration for he? Think about all of this and then rethink again. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, third eye view of the world. Peace to everyone. Everyone, please remain safe.